You pick a topic.
I'll pick a topic.
No, I don't have anything. Obviously, I started recording us.
Oh, okay.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Thursday. This is Who's Your Main with your two hosts, co-hosts even.
Dose host?
Those host chalupas.
Yeah.
That's a callback to my childhood. Two guys, one chalupa. No, wait a minute. What are we talking about tonight? We don't know. What was I thinking about that Animal Crossing stuff? I've kind of been taking some of that stuff in with me. I've been playing Minecraft on a server with my friends. Well, I think with my friends, I'm on at terrible hours because I keep them terrible, not on purpose. But I don't know. Multiplayer games, playing with your friends. How motivated are you to play games with your friends?
I think playing with your friends can take a game that you normally wouldn't care about and turn it into kind of like a turn your brain off, almost like a chill session, and it can enhance a game. I think it can also be to the detriment of a good game, right? You almost want to play like those 8 out of 10 games. You don't want to play a 10 out of 10 game where you're like sucked into the story and then your friends are making jokes. That kind of takes it out for me. But I definitely feel like, yeah, playing, the example that I don't know if we talked about it last time or not, but we've been playing Dead Island 2. I think that's the perfect example of a game where on its own it's okay, it's fine, but when we all get together and we just turn into like almost like slap happy dive kicking lunatics, that makes the game a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, getting that game was a huge boon for us. We brought our friend John in, Lemon. He brought us in technically. They gave that game away on Epic. I don't know how long ago now. We've been playing about once a week with him, but man, is it like I wish we should have streamed it, because it's like we were playing that game and all of a sudden we saw these jerry cans and I was like, oh man, I wonder how much water's in them. And I wasn't saying it over the voice. I was just like pouring it and seeing what it was doing. And I was like, oh my God, it's infinite. And then I was just running around to all the zombies going, you look like you could use a drink. You look really dehydrated, bro. And I'm like pouring the water on the zombies. And then without even speaking, like, hey, Anthony, pick up a jerry can and start doing it with me. He just starts doing it with me. And our friend Lemon is just beating the shit fuck out of the zombies. And we're just, well, you look like you need a drink. Oh shit, he fell down. He need a drink. He's on the ground. And then Lemon started doing it with us. And that's what I knew. I was like, this is it. This game has got it, bro. And then you were right. The fucking dropkick mechanic, it was hilarious. It just like, oh, watch out behind you. Fucking dropkick the zombie across the fucking hallway or some shit. Oh my God, that was fun.
I think you and I have a very special ability where when we play multiplayer games, I think all of us have that innate desire to be good at a game. We want to win, we want to do well, we want to impress our friends and all of that stuff. But I think when you and I get together on the same team, and I think maybe that's the key, we have to be on the same team for this to happen. We get this like singular monkey brain where like monkey see, monkey do. And it's almost like who can out like numbskull the other and do the dumb thing. I don't like it's impossible to explain the banter without having you been there. But even something as stupid as like I went down and you tried to revive me and you pressed the wrong button and you threw your blue tier dagger at me and then you went down, and because you threw it you lost your weapon forever. And this is, it's not like a legendary weapon or anything like that, but we're low level. That's a pretty important weapon. It's a good weapon. So then every time we opened up a loot box after that, I would have to do the inspect animation on my dagger that you lost and I have. And I'm just like, wow, check out this sick fire dagger I've got. And then it's just you chasing me around the map. No one cares about the zombies. It's just you chasing me around the map while Lemon just does the objective.
I was like, you son of a bitch! You got that fucking dagger out again, don't you? The one I lost! You son of a bitch! That was so funny. I was dying. Like, inside, I thought it was so funny, but at the same time, I was like, you fucking asshole! I was trying to save you! You would mock me in my time of daggerless need! Oh my god. Yeah, Lemon was just like, fucking guys over here. I'm fighting a big one. I'm fighting a big one, boys!
Big one.
We come running over. Then we get serious. All of a sudden, hold on, Lemon. Hold on, buddy.
Yeah. Then we just dead sprint over and try to drop kick the big guy. And the big guy's just like Broly in Dragon Ball Z, where he grabs our leg and just flings us by. Well, that didn't work.
Yeah, we've definitely done that, and I feel like we still haven't brought the folks in on the Stardew, which we will soon. But we had a lot of fun doing the Stardew together. That was a fun realization. That's when it all, I think, really started to click.
Yeah.
That our play styles started to align like that. We realized we were playing almost exactly the same.
Yeah. You and I have this, it really is uncanny. We play games very similar where we min-max games. Like, we squeeze everything there is out of a game to have. And then not only do we do that, so we're on the one side of the spectrum where it's like we're these min-maxers who we watch videos and consume every piece of media that we can, try to become as good of players as we can. And then we get into the game and we immediately form these like characters, headcanon, fanon, whatever you want to call it, and immediately dumb ourselves back down to whatever level we need to be at to have fun. And then we just do that for hours on end.
That's what we did in Baldur's Gate too. We were like, okay, here's the min-max builds. Played them for like an hour. All right, how can we jank this up so it's dumb?
Yeah. Yep.
We're winning too much. Then we'd start throwing guys back and forth to each other. Like,
yeah. Well, like, shoot, even further back than that. Again, Lemon tried to teach us how to play Magic the Gathering. I had played before, but I kind of needed a refresher. It had been many years since I'd played. And so he breaks out the net deck, the red deck wins. And he's like, this is a pretty good deck. If you guys can beat this, that's a pretty good deck. You immediately went to the cat deck, and I immediately went to how can I break this game forever and make it not fun for anyone.
I remember you saying, Mike, the goal of this game for me is to make you quit forever.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not to win the game.
And I'm sitting over there.
Yeah.
Have you seen this cat card, though? How about this one? Let me play the next one. I want to play you a cat card. You're milling my cards out. That one's good. That one's pretty cool. I like the way it looks. Lemon's like, did you build a functioning deck? I was like, it probably works. I don't know. Look how cute that fucking cat is on that card, though, bro. Dude, my mouse pad is a game mat from Magic the Gathering. It's the fly card from War of the Spark with the orange cat with the blue wings on it. I love that fucking like fly catty man spell.
See, like the epitome of yours. I think you had Helm of the Host, and you would just try to make infinite copies of cats. And my because Magic the Gathering, the lore behind it is that you are actually a spellcaster, and the cards that you're playing are spells that you've learned how to cast. So I just imagine you in your wizard tower thinking of how can I clone these cats? How can I copy this cat and turn it into something else? Yes, good.
Yeah, copycat. I remember that deck. It did work if you guys didn't fucking annihilate it in the first couple turns. and then I make another. Then I make another. Oh, fuck.
Well, and then I, of course, broke the game with Agent of Treachery, where you could I take your card. Doesn't matter what it is. If it's on the board, I take it. And then I would just bounce that effect over and over again infinitely. So I would just take all of your cards and put them on my side of the board, and then I win.
You just called that, I think you called that deck, I Keep It. Isn't that what you called it?
I Keep It.
Or something like that. Yeah. Or I don't remember. No, maybe that wasn't it.
Treachery, maybe?
No.
I don't remember.
Oh, fuck. Now I'll be stuck on that.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. Look, even now your spells are still working.
All you would have to do is log in and check the name, but I'm not going to do that.
No, it'll activate the Eldritch Beast known as Lemon, and then we'll have to play Magic again.
Yeah.
I don't wanna.
Not doing that.
Unless you want to sponsor us, then we'll play Magic.
Yeah.
Wink.
Send us money, and I'll buy the new Final Fantasy VII Magic the Gathering cards.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you buy the new Final Fantasy VII. I was just going to buy that anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Or I did, actually, as a matter of fact. Yeah. So let's playing with your friends. What about playing with yourself? One-player games. What's it like playing one-player games?
I think I'm the type of person, we've discovered this. I like to be the person who chases achievements, even to the detriment of my own fun. Like, I will go through months of hardship for that little trophy to pop, and then it was like all worth it. And the most recent one that I've been doing, I'm playing The Last of Us, and I did the Last of Us Grounded Plus game mode, which is the hardest difficulty in the game. There's no heads-up display. There is almost no ammo drops, no crafting materials, and so you play through the entire game with nothing essentially, and one-hit kills on all of the zombies. They kill you, but then you also kill them. So it's much more realistic. And I did that for months, and I finally got the trophy, and it gave me so much joy.
You locked me in on that fucking achievement hunting, and now I'm stuck on it every time I want to play a one-player game, and now it just feels like I have to do this job, but I have to get those trophies because that's the social aspect for, and I'm motivated by the social aspect of gaming. I had three brothers growing up, and if it was a multiplayer game, we were playing it. And that's how I game even now. I was thinking about that even prior to this episode, how much I like playing 14 with all my friends and playing Repo with all my friends and playing Minecraft with all my friends. And like if it, or even Dead Island, I would probably not play that game, but it is because it's fucking scary. But playing it with you guys, I'm like, okay, well, it's not that bad if we're all together. It's like, like waking my wife up. Hey, she's like, what? I'm like, come downstairs and you sit there. I'm going to play this game.
And then she hits you over the head with a bag of bricks.
Yeah. Bam.
See, but even that, I think that's a really good example of all three of us in that friend group received that game. You took it and you went through each character and you said, okay, who am I going to play as? I'm going to give everybody a test run. I want to make sure I have the perfect synergy to play with my friends. You know, this is who he's playing. This is who I'm playing. This is who they're playing. We all worked together to find common ground. Watched a bunch of videos to learn how all the mechanics worked. All of that stuff, right? Whereas I, on the other side of that coin, I started playing it on Epic, and then I started playing it on PlayStation and got the trophy list on that as well. And am solely playing for the purpose of the trophies and have no other goals outside of that.
That's true. That is true. Now, what do you think about modding in single player? What's your mantra on modding? Like, what's the good advice? What's the good?
I am a very firm believer that you should play through a game once, stock, standard, and figure out why you are modding. I fell into this trap with Fallout 4 and Skyrim, where you just go to Nexus and you spend hours, searching for mods because you like modding, and I was doing that. And so now I've got a little bit more mature palate, and so I can sit there and say, play through the game once, figure out what you don't like about a game, then play through again a second time, mod it as much as you want. A single player game, mod it to your heart's content, in my mind. If you want to do, aesthetic mods or cheat mods, new weapons, any of that stuff, that's fine. I think if it's a single player game, make the game fun for you. But when it's my world, my game, I tend to stick more to kind of like a headcanon when it comes to mods, where it has to make sense of why I'm downloading it. I'm not just going to download it just to download it. There has to be a reason or something wrong with the game first. And then it's like, okay, let's kind of patch this and fix it. And now we can move forward.
See, nowadays, when I get a single player game, this happened to me with Baldur's Gate. was like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna mod. And there's all these fucking mods, and I was like, oh, I'm not gonna do it. No, I'm gonna do it. Then I like modded the fuck out of a save, and then an update happened because the game was still being updated because I think we were still on like patch 4 at the time or something like that, and it updated it without me knowing. And then I went to go play, and it was all fucked. I was like, oh shit, my save. So instead of waiting for those mods to be updated, I removed all of them. I was like, no, I got to do the thing that Anthony always says. You got to fucking beat the game one time without mods. So I did that. And I still haven't gone back and remodded that game because it's just so much fun fucking unmodded. That, you know what?
Yeah.
There's some games that I need modded, like Stardew Valley. I don't need it. It could be gone and I would still play it. But the modded version is like the version for me.
Right. I agree.
And then there's like Baldur's Gate 3 where I'm like, yeah, I don't need any fucking mods. I just fucking play that game. I'll just play that game. I got like fucking almost 2,000 hours in that game. I'll do it again. I'll fucking do it again.
Yeah, I'm the same way. My game for me that really turned me on to that was Fallout. Fallout 3 was the first time, and then Fallout 4. Oh my gosh, I spent literally thousands of hours playing that game, modding that game, and you're trying to. One part of it is you're trying to make in your head your headcanon version of the game real, right? You want to play that, but then I think the other part of it too. I fell into this trap, which is, there's a bunch of those mods that just say like better trees or better roads or whatever it may be, and it's like, well, got to have the better version of that. And so you go in and you download the 4K texture pack and dump it into your game, and all of a sudden your game that was 20 gigabytes is now a 250 gigabyte game, and everything is tearing and the frame rate is down to 15 frames per second. Your computer's on fire, and you're sitting there going like, okay, well, maybe we don't need to have 4K bullet casings every time we shoot our gun.
No, we need it. To me, the extra gigabytes of space on my computer from modding is like the free calories on dessert. They're still making me fat, but to me they're free at the time. Like, it's fine. We got 200 fucking gigs of fucking for our old ass game. You're talking about Fallout. Yeah, there's some mods in there that should be canonized, fucking let me play a ghoul, let me play a super mutant. Yes, I want the penalties of playing those races. I want to be treated differently or whatever. That would be sick. That would be so cool. Of course, there's mods for them, so what the heck. I haven't gotten into the Fallout 4 modding yet because I'm playing catch up on Fallout. Maybe you're playing catch up on some of the fantasy games that I play, but for Fallout, I was still in New Vegas, and instead of doing what I was supposed to and not modding that game, I modded that game and then was playing a super mutant because that was really funny and fun. Man, that storyline where I fucking find the bumper sword was my favorite fucking part of the storyline because the whole time my guy thinks he's in a fantasy world. That's like that was my headcanon there was I got super mutantized or whatever, bonk on the head. Now I think I'm in a fantasy world. I think I'm an orc. The guy that had the bumper sword was another super mutant, so when I killed him and got it, I was like, it's enchanted. It's got like the fucking license plate on it. What do these runes mean? I have to take it to a wizard. That's fucking so much fun. I wish we could play that 2-player.
Yeah.
I would play that 2-player with you.
That'd be awesome.
I'll be a super mutant who thinks he's in a fantasy game, and you'll just be the guy shooting lasers and be like, his magic knows no bounds.
Yeah. Well, and this isn't the point of this podcast, but the difference between Fallout 3 and Fallout 4, Fallout 3, the story really, you could be whoever you wanted to be. It didn't matter if you were a super mutant. Obviously the story revolves around you trying to figure out Project Purity and all of that stuff, but for all intents and purposes, you can ignore that and just travel around the wasteland and do your own thing and all of that stuff. New Vegas, kind of the same deal. Fallout 4, it really had a very narrow story where, and I struggled with this heavily, where it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to make me in the game and all of that stuff. That's not what the game wants you to do. The game wants you to either play as Nate or Nora, and you pick one of those two characters and you play as them, and you don't deviate from that storyline at all. And so I would say that's the biggest difference between Fallout 3 and Fallout 4, and especially with modding, is you kind of are pigeonholed into the story of Fallout 4, whereas in Fallout 3, something crazy like that could happen. You could be a super mutant or, whatever you wanted to be, a ghoul or anything like that.
I think too with the single player games like that, especially like Fallout or other games where you create your character at the beginning, I really want all that freedom there. Ground me somehow in the story, but I really want all the freedom because I'm going to sit there and come up with storylines in my head as I'm playing. Like how we do when we're playing Stardew or Baldur's Gate or whatever. I'm always doing that. But if you're not going to do that, then hit me with the fucking Cloud Strife or something,
Yeah.
Give me the main guy to be, and then I'll be that guy. I'm the fucking Witcher now, Harry, Jerry of Rivia. Like, it's me. I'm the Witcher. I'm a Witcher.
Well, and both of those games, interestingly enough, are games where I think you modded them differently than how I would have, in the sense where you went off of kind of their original looks, right? You modded Geralt into being his book version. You modded Cloud and, the cast of Final Fantasy VII to look like their original versions. Whereas I went the opposite direction, and I was much more in line with, no, these are different versions of those characters. These are the newer versions. Let them be how they are. Essentially, I didn't end up modding either one of those games.
Yeah, the book version mods that the modding community made for The Witcher are just incredibly perfect. They just were so good. Seeing Geralt with the like pale ass fucking skin and the headband, oh man, and then like the fucking ripped up like black clothes with the big spikes on him. So oh my god, I was just like, he looks so fucking perfect. Oh my god, thank you for making this mod. And then there was a couple that quote unquote fixed Ciri's hair to be gray because it's always described as kind of an ash color. So I like the way they made her in the original or in the games. I think they look good. I just like to see them in that. I just want the book version because I read the books first. So coming into it the other way, I was like, well, that's not quite how they look, but this is the Hollywood version. See, Geralt has a suntan.
Yeah, I loved that about the way there's always a modder who is thinking the same way you are, right? You could type anything you want into Nexus, and somebody has thought of something that you have thought of or wanted or whatever. And so to me, I love that. I love that you can go in and change the appearance of characters or the style of characters and make them into what you want them to be. Because for all intents and purposes, yes, you're embarking on this 100-hour journey that the game, has crafted a story for you, but it's your world. Once you have touched the game, that's the difference between watching a movie or reading a book. It's your world. You are the one who is interacting with it, and so you should also be able to change things that are in that world.
You know what pulls me out of that fucking world so fast though?
What's that?
If I'm playing like a fucking action game and it's like tough and it's like you have to win or everyone dies, and then I get fucking killed, and then I'm just like pulled out of the moment. I should probably fucking start playing it on fucking Winnie Hut Junior mode. They rebranded. Look, easy mode got rebranded into story mode, which is fine because now we can A, see the whole story of a game, and B, I don't feel like a little baby back bitch when I get beat because I'm not gonna get beat on story mode. But it pulls me the fuck out, man. Be like, I'm out now. I got to redo this fight. Like, it doesn't make sense that I redo it. And so I have to tell myself the story like, the guy is thinking about, well, if he did this, then he would die. So he did the other thing and he lived.
I'm right there with you, man. Again, going back to The Last of Us, you're playing on grounded mode, which is the hardest mode in the game. And all of that tension, all of the scariness of the game is lost when you die. That is the least climactic moment. It's like, oh man, I hope I don't get bit by a zombie. I'm planning out my route, and here's the resources that I have to try to figure this out. I very distinctly remember the first time you go down into the subway, there's a scene where, up to that point, you have always faced either clickers or kind of the standard, runner zombies, one or the other. And there's a very distinct way that you take out those enemies. Each one has a different way of doing it. And this is the first time that they're together. And so you can't use the trick that you use on the clickers because the runners are there. You can't use the trick that you use on the runners because the clickers are there. So they protect themselves. And so you have to come up with this new strategy. I remember that being the scariest moment in the game. And I was immediately taken out of it the second that you die because it's like, oh, well, that wasn't supposed to happen. The whole game is about what are the odds of them making it from one end of the United States to the other to produce this cure, and then you die, and it's like, oh, well, story's over, I guess. So yeah, I agree with you. It's incredibly frustrating.
The odds are 0.
Whoops. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, whoops. Fucked up. If it were up to me, we'd all be dead.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's up to Jerry of Rivia.
Yeah. and I agree with you. I do think the option for a story mode difficulty, I love that. I think that's a great option, and I will always choose that option unless with the small asterisk of if there is a trophy for going on a harder difficulty, I will almost always do it to try and get the trophy.
There wasn't always modes, but then when there were modes, it was like easy mode, but if you played on easy mode, you couldn't get the true ending. So then, like, why even have the easy mode? And they're like, well, you can practice. No, I'm not gonna fucking practice in the shit mode and then come to the hard mode and then get my ass kicked. I'm just gonna start getting my ass kicked if I'm gonna.
Exactly. Yeah, I feel the exact same way. Yeah.
I can't think of what games did that back in the day. It was like, you can play on easy, but you won't see the ending unless you beat it on the normal or whatever. What games did that? I don't remember. I'll make a list and we'll come back to that.
Yeah, that'll be next week's episode.
Okay. Like I'm gonna fucking maybe I will. Don't threaten me with a good time.
Yeah. But you're exactly right. I hate that idea of like locking endings behind skill levels. It's different if it's me, right? If I'm sitting there going like, play it on a harder difficulty. It's like, okay, well, I don't really want to, but it's for a trophy or whatever. The thing that is holding me back is my own time. How much am I willing to invest in this thing? But there are legitimately people out there who can't or won't play on harder difficulties. And so by you locking that out, they will never see that ending. That obviously they can go on YouTube and look it up, but used to you couldn't do that. That wasn't an option back in the day. So, you're exactly right. I'm sure there are older games where it was just like, yeah, sorry, kid, you don't get to see the ending. You haven't earned it. It's like, well, that's terrible. That's an awful way to make games.
No, I want your quarters.
Yeah.
Give me those fucking quarters, you little shit.
How much does quarters were for Polar Pops?
How much does 2,000 quarters weigh anyhow? About fucking 20 pounds. Can you imagine popping that on the table? That's a gold coin reference. That's for our buddy Mr. Wolf.
There you go.
That was for him. If he's listening, that's a quarter joke. Anyway, so we're talking about that immersion thing, and I was thinking about this, and I wanted to ask you this. How much do you lean into the gamification of a game, or how much do you be like, I can't do that because I have to, like, I live in this world, I can't do that. Like, I'm gonna steal. Do you like, if you're playing Fallout, do you like steal everything around you, or do you like leave enough for them to live, so they're not devastated?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, no, I think it depends from game to game. You know what I mean? Like, depending on what the game is or the genre of the game is. I 100% believe in immersion in games. And ironically enough, the thing that popped into my head when you said that was Dead Space, where it was like, I am Isaac Clarke. Anything I can use, I'm going to take, even if it is at the detriment of somebody else. Whereas in Fallout, it's almost the exact opposite, where it's like, I will intentionally leave things behind because in my headcanon of Fallout 4, I'm the general of the Minutemen. I'm the leader of the Brotherhood of Steel, or, spoilers, the Institute or the Railroad. You know what I mean? So in some ways, it's my responsibility to be the better person because that's what the purpose of the story of the game is. For 200 years, people have been living, with one eye open, stealing, stabbing, doing whatever it takes to survive. And now there's a new option, a new way of doing things in the Commonwealth. Okay, well, let's do that then. I will be the better example. So I guess my answer is it depends on what game it is, and it also depends on how hard the game is.
I'll be like Robin Hood, just be dropping caps on people. Here you go.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a really good example. Gosh dang, that movie is like so ingrained in everything that we do, in every character that we ever make. Yeah, that's a really good example of the Robin Hood stealing from the rich to give to the poor. You go out and do a mission, get all of your loot, and then bring it back and give it to all of the poor survivors who are like huddling around campfires. Yeah, I love that.
My and I still play like this, but I used to do this in Warcraft all the time. You'd be doing those missions to like save people or kill that one last guy that if you don't intervene, then the guy dies. I always would help all of them until they were all despawned, even if I had finished the quest, because it was like I can't just leave them just because I killed 10.
Right,
I have to
exactly.
save them all.
That's the point. Yeah, you're the hero.
Those
I totally
fucking pixels matter to me, damn it.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Heck
They're
yeah,
real. It's real.
Gosh dang.
I do that all the time. I can't even play any game. That's how I play most games. I do that. I'd be like, oh, we gotta save the fucking rabbit. It's not real. We gotta move on. We can't let it die.
Yeah.
It's alive, damn it.
I'm the exact same way, man. But like the other part of that too is, and I think you're the same way on this. If you give me a game and there's a choice, I want to know what the best choice is. And then once I've made that choice, that's the choice I'll make every single time. It doesn't matter if I play that game 10,000 times. That's my choice. I'm going to make that choice every single time. And you can't do anything to change my mind. It's like, oh, well, if you make this choice, you get a little bit more ammo. I don't care about that. This is my choice. This is my canon build, my canon run. That's my choice.
Yeah, I always find it hard to do the true min-max run or like the true evil run unless I want to play an evil character, I suppose. But oh my god. It's like those fucking Guardians in Baldur's Gate. Like, I fucking must have reloaded 1 billion times. There's no fucking achievement for saving them all. And they're suicidal as fuck. And you're like, don't die this pole. I reloaded it like it's a fucking XIV boss. Fucking wallet. One Guardian died. Fucking wallet. Like this shit. Okay, everybody fucking lock it up. Karlach, you lock it up. Fucking Lae'zel, you lock it up. Shadowheart, piss off.
Yeah. I do that. I also do that. The like sidebar to give your team the little like pre-game speech, you know what I mean? Where it's like, okay, listen, we've had a couple bad games here. We're gonna turn things around. We gotta start hitting our shots, folks.
Okay, boss.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so my bad. I said my bad.
Not you, Shadowheart. You're perfect.
Yeah, okay. Old fucking toes herself. Golly.
Put those grippers away.
Fucking no! You put the image back in my head. Stop it.
There you go. Modders out there. The only mod I want for Baldur's Gate, I want a mod that gives me procedurally generated like toe fungus and dirt on Shadowheart's feet as the game progresses. All the crap that she walks in without shoes on. And then by the end of the game, you could just look, there it is. The disgustingness of Shadowheart.
That would give Evelyn something to do with her Shadowheart playthrough. That's for sure. Yeah, golly. The other question I was going to ask was, well, I know this about what you're going to say, but if it's in a game and it's like a glitch and you're trying to play the game, how much do you do the glitch?
100%. I take the boon every time because in my mind, it's the game versus me. And if I know how to beat the game, I'm going to use every trick in the book to beat the game. So yeah, a perfect example of Fallout 4. Almost every single time I play that game, I cheese the duplication glitch and get maxed out stats at level 1. What about you? What's your stance on this? I feel like this is kind of a line in the sand here, and I'm just jumping to conclusions. But what's your stance on this?
My dumbass is like, we're not going to do the thing. No, we're going to just do the thing a little bit. Okay, that was really frustrating. We're going to have to go do the thing a lot, and then we're not going to do the thing for a little while longer. That'd be cheating.
Well, I was going to ask you, how many times do you have to die before you come storming back and start cheating? Give me those 65 buff jets. Now, you show me, I'll show you.
It depends on how much sleep I've got, but
yeah,
I'll show you.
Kill me? You gonna kill me?
You think you can just walk up to me? Where's the fucking slasher? I'm gonna jam it into my leg. Golly.
I distinctly remember we were getting ready to start our Baldur's Gate 3 honor mode run. And we're doing our prep work. We're getting ready for it. And I don't remember which one of us brought it up, but it was like, how much are we gonna cheese this? And it's like, well, we're gonna give it an honest try. We're gonna give it a college. At first chance we got, we both just started cheating as bad as we could, stealing from all the vendors and taking all the overpowered gear. It's like, we gotta win.
I was sad that the rat glitch didn't work anymore because I was playing that orc and I was like rats, the rat don't work, boss. But rat don't work. That's
not the purpose of the of what we're talking about. But would you care to explain the like rats joke?
Well, we have to bring up a topic that might.
Go ahead. Start from the top. Start from the very beginning, and then tell the story.
I don't think the folks at home know about Blood Bowl 2.
Oh, well, go ahead. What is it?
I don't remember. Maybe you could jog my memory.
Well, you see.
Okay. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Well, you see, there were in the Warhammer universe, there were these two factions fighting a planetary-sized war.
You just wanted me to do the damn bit. I'm not doing the fucking Blood Bowl bit.
Okay.
All right, folks, maybe.
Well, you got to explain the like rats bit, though.
Oh, okay. Well, in Blood Bowl 2, I was playing a orc team against Anthony's Skaven. They're rats. They're fucking rats. So it was orcs versus rats. Skaven. My team was called the Melons. That's my shtick. But this was your off team. This is because he had just the Amons. I think they were called the Amons, or maybe it was just Amons.
And Nurgle. Yeah, Amons and Nurgle.
That's what they were. Yeah. Well, and then you had the Skaven maple cheats, and he had adopted a pretty clever blocking defense strategy, which we'll have to go into further detail. We should have done this at the beginning of the episode. But it was an incredible defense. We could not bash through it at the 11th hour, so we could win this one game that we had to beat you on. And I was like, God damn, that was a good defense. We're gonna fucking copy that in the future games. And so when we went to copy it against, I think it was against Bryce's team, I was screaming over the voice chat as if I was like one of the players, going like rats, and then we were all lining up in the exact defensive play that Anthony had used. So now I say it all the fucking time. Like rats.
I just imagine the locker room, and it's just a blank chalkboard. And then the coach puts up a picture like a
just staples a rat to it.
Yeah, like a stock picture of a rat, and all the like rats.
Staples 2 rats.
Yeah, staples a rat up there.
It's still squirming. Do this way. All the orcs like rats, like rats. We gotta do that. We need to put together that footage.
I will never forget. I need you, like the folks at home. I need you to understand. I am hyper competitive when it comes to sports games, and so I'm locked in. Like when it's my turn, I'm dead silent. I'm not making a sound. I'm thinking like it's a chess match, and I'm sitting here planning my moves. Like I would plan out every single move, and then I would go in order of like least riskiness up to my most risky move. So I'm sitting here planning out my moves like I'm a chess player, 3 moves in advance, and then all of a sudden I hear you screaming in the microphone, when today we will make you pay. You're just shouting a chant.
Yeah, we came up with that.
I was like, what the fuck is that noise?
I realized we were going to win. That's what it was. I realized we were going to win. I was like, there's no way. Some fucking stupid ass play. If he comes up with it, I'll be so mad. But I was like, I'm going to try to get in his head. I had 3 brothers that I played games with. So we were used to like trying to fuck with each other. And I was like, I know he can hear me. So I'm going, when today we will make you pay. When today that was amazing.
That was great.
We still do that one too.
That was great. We need to bring Blood Bowl back. We'll do a deep dive on Blood Bowl and show you our teams and stuff. That's got to be after Stardew and all that other stuff.
Oh yeah, baby. We really do need to do that. Well, you're gonna have to get the footage, folks.
Oh, for crying out loud!
He's in the middle of he's also a what do you call that? A kid football coach. What do you call that? Junior.
JV football coach.
He's a JV football coach, folks. Yeah, hold on. He's feeding me lines, and he's in the middle of his prep season.
Preseason, yeah.
Oh yeah, he's preseason, folks. See, go ahead, post me. Go ahead and fix that. I know you won't, you asshole. No. You're listening right now. You're like, well, I'm not gonna fix that. I think it's funny when you look like an idiot. Okay, thanks, buddy. Well, anyway. So he does that kind of stuff where he fixes the footage. So I told him if he wants to do that Blood Bowl episode, that we gotta do that.
That'll be season 2. We're still kind of ironing out the.
This is season 2.
Oh.
Hi, folks. Welcome to the second episode of season 2.
We're getting ready to start at the stream. For those of you just joining us. All right. Well.
Oh my God.
Whatever. We'll fix it in post.
I'll fix it in post. Hey, did you hear that? Well, anyway, I think.
What are you, the mayor of Stupidville?
No, I'm the mayor of Stupidville.
That was my rats.
Yeah. I think we've exhausted this. We're into Blood Bowl 2 at this point.
Yeah, we've done it.
Well, folks, thanks for joining us today as we talked about multiplayer and single-player games. I guess we'll see you next time
on Dragon Ball Z.
Wait a minute. You should have said Dragon Ball. See ya.
Oh, dang it. Here, feed me the line again. We'll do it again.
Okay. I can't do it.
See ya.
Wait a minute. Well, I guess we'll see you guys next time.
See ya.
No, you're supposed to check. See ya. I'm going to say this crying.